What's good, people? Happy New Year. How y'all doing? I gotta talk about this Iranian protest. You know, because I'm bewildered. You know, it's supposed everybody's supposed to be red-pilled and everything, and a lot of people are just thinking, "Hey, man, the Iranian people are fed up," and you know what I mean. I mean, whatever. And maybe it's the case. I'm seeing, you know, there's been I don't know, a little bit of financial. Some people couldn't get no bread or something crazy like that. You know, it started small and it moved to other cities. Now, my premise is this is the CIA, the brackets, Riyadh, the elves, lizard men, trying to do a color revolution up in Iran. You know, it's no different than what they did and tried to do in Syria. This is no different than what they did in Iran in the first place. This is you know, people like American people don't remember or don't know or just don't be ignorant. We're the American government is the ones responsible for the current regime, and I hate to say the word regime, the current government being in Iran in the first place. We did that. CIA. You know, and people like try to, are people really trying to say the CIA has nothing to do with this war? Like, that's what I'm seeing. Everybody's like, when I know, like, all the talking pieces that were anti-MAGA, you know, the Billy Crystals and all them cats, the ADL and all them, when they're jumping on the side and, oh, we got to save the Iranian people and this, that, and that, I'm like, what? And y'all is just sitting there co-signing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. The same people that try to take your freedom of speech and everything else. Now you want to jump on their side, co-sign, oh, we got a freedom. Hey, man, whatever the Iranian people do, that's none of my business. We don't got nothing. We shouldn't have anything to do with it. We got nothing to do with it. Nothing. You know, Anderson, what was it, General Clark? Anderson Clark? No, General Clark, Wesley Clark. You know, he had all those lists of countries that the U.S. was going to invade. He said that live. Iran was on one of them. Now, you have to think, like, they're trying to do a regime change in Iran, whether by force or by subversion. Here's the subversion. This is the same thing they tried with Syria. Same thing. Like, it's not. This is what shocks me. People are saying, "Oh man, Iranian people, man, we got it." You know, there's this new feminist icon picture of a woman taking off her hijab, and I'm like, I don't know what to say with y'all, man. This is spook talk, man. This is now whether they're going to be successful or not remains to be seen. I would think they'd have, because you know, you have to understand these protests. It's not like everybody. You might think there's like everybody in Iran is like fighting against this, but man, in reality, it's maybe 5,000-10,000 people, a couple thousand at each one of these events, a couple hundred maybe. It's not everybody. So it remains to be seen once they start cracking down on this stuff. I think he had whatever his name was, it Khomeini? Said they had a right to protest, but they don't have a right to like destroy government buildings and things of that nature. You know, and what the thing that surprises me, if you look at the theater, because there's been a proxy war between Riyadh and Iran for a while. You know, it was fighting through Syria. You know, I mean, that was one of the first steps. You know, Yemen is part of that confrontation. I mean, by all accounts, Iran has the upper hand. You know what I mean? I don't, like, I don't get it. And that's probably, well, I do get it now. It's just they had the upper hand. You know, they failed in Syria. You have to understand, you know, Saudi was backing a lot of that stuff that happened in Syria. They were supplying, you know, the jihadists, weapons, and everything else. They were doing it because they wanted Assad out of there. Allegedly, there's supposed to be a gas line that they wanted to run through Europe. I mean, run to Europe, go through Syria. But you know, Syria is like, we're friends with Russia. We'd rather have it go through it from Iran. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. So that's why wars start. You know what I mean? You know, wars are always about shekels. It's not about, and so revolutions, man. It's not. You might want to say it's about the people who are fed up and everything else, man. It's like the American Revolution, man. Taxes. I mean, it's always about money, man. It's not about their freedom. They want the freedom. Like, they're going to go to wars because they want to take the hijab off. And like, all they do is leave. You know, I know you're going to bring up the Iranian ban, but that just happened. Oh, God. Why would Iranian people fight to be westernized? Does this degeneracy in America, is that what everybody wants? I find that hard to believe. Maybe you don't have something and you see somebody else have it may look good, but most majority of people in America don't want some of the stuff that's going on today. I don't know, man. It seems like everybody's jumping in and like saying the mainstream media isn't covering it. And like, I don't know what the reason for that is. You know what I mean? It might be that there's covering. On one hand, you have to think about it this way. If the American people, if the American press covered it, you know, Trump has dialed in on it, you know, the powers that be in Iran could be like, hey, man, we're trying to tell you, this is inspired by Western characters, Western agencies. Therefore, it's not legitimate. Therefore, I'm going to crack this whip. But hey, man, if the Iranian people want to do something, I mean, that's on them. I'm saying is, in the back of your mind, you have to know that we have at least stirred the pot with this. At least gave them some money to do this. At least, I mean, we've been doing it. Like, if you just look at the last 10 years, man, you got Ukraine, same thing. Syria, same thing. If you don't believe me, listen to Yuri's Bresmanov. Y'all supposed to be so red-pilled. Watch the Yuri video. He says this is what they do. Crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I really, really don't. I think war is coming, man, because, you know, for one, you know, if the West started this, they think they can either have a good chance of toppling the current government, or they want to cause chaos for them. And it's already in Western Iran. People have been cutting oil lines. You know what I mean? There's been jihadists that teamed up with some Kurds. They cut some oil lines. You know what I mean? They're trying to remap the Middle East. And they're going to do it by any means necessary. And this is one of their weapons of retooling it. It's simple, man. They did it before. That's my whole point. Like, this is not like some organic uprising. Riyadh, brackets, elves, and the CIA got together, got in a dark room with some cigars, some cognac, and say, how can we get this done? And this is what we're seeing. Man, I don't know. I just wanted to give my 2 points, my 2 cents on to what's going on in Iran. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I do think because they're not gonna let those Kurds and jihadists in the Western Iran, just tear up their oil infrastructure. You gotta be kidding me, man. So you know they're gonna do something with that. They still got Hezbollah as a fighting force. They might need help over there. We'll see. Anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. Talk to y'all later. Happy New Year. Peace.